Soundstripe.
Trying to get a lot of dough. Anything is possible. Turn me up in the headphone.
Soundstripe.
Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Yeah.
Welcome back to the XandO Sports Show. I'm your host, Ricky G. Stanley. And I just came off a vacation and had the luxury of being in Vegas this weekend. I was there with a Tyson and Fury fight and the Chicago Bears versus the Raiders. Got there around Thursday. Normal day in Vegas, very nice. As it got closer to Saturday, I started seeing more and more people pour into the city. I know it was like, went from 400,000 people to almost 1 million in like 2 days. Great atmosphere. I enjoyed it very much so, but unfortunately I watched the fight on TV like most people. So let's touch on the fight first. First of all, shout out to Deontay Wilder's team for respecting his wishes, because in the second fight, he was upset because they threw the towel in. The fact that he made the statement, he was a warrior, he wants to go down on the canvas if he's going down, that's respectable, and they respected his wishes. So, as for Tyson Fury, I'm a fan of Deontay Wilder, but I felt like when they fought the first time, that fight, it was a little different. I've never seen anything like that. So, just giving a short, synopsis of what happened. They get in the fight, they're both going at it, and Deontay Wilder sizes him up for that shotgun right hand and lays it on his chin. There are not many people that have come back from that shot to the face. And Deontay Wilder, bang, puts him down. Next thing you know, Tyson Fury rises up like the Undertaker in WrestleMania. Like, it was almost like I couldn't believe it, because I was thinking like, oh, they're gonna count him out. He's done. He gets back up, and I really think that Deontay Wilder was kind of shocked as well. So that fight ended up in a tie, and when you have a fight that close, most time you have a rematch with it. To be honest, me personally, if I knew Deontay Wilder, I would have told him, run. Do not take this second fight. The fact that your best punch has knocked out 42 men and he got back up from it, that man ain't right in the head. It's something off about him. We need to leave him alone. Let's go find Anthony Joshua over there in London somewhere. Let's leave him alone. So they take on the second fight, and Fury makes a statement, hey, my mind wasn't right when I fought him, and I wasn't in shape. But the fact that he still fought that well and he had a tie is more of a reason for him not to take the fight, in my personal opinion. Most people are like, oh, you can't run. I understand that, but it's just my opinion. So the second fight comes up, and Deontay was like, hey, I see that he moved up from 250 to 270. Deontay's normal weight is around 210, 215, right? Possibly. So he moves up to like the 225 mark, which is heavier for him to carry because he doesn't normally carry that type of weight. He gets in there, even though he's a little bigger. Tyson Fury is way bigger than he normally is. Tyson Fury also leaned on him a lot more to wear him down, and he obliterated Wilder. It's hard for me to watch. And the fact that it got to the point, it got so bad that his team threw the towel in. The thing with the towel is, if you have a fighter and he's getting to the point he cannot defend himself and it's getting ugly, instead of him getting killed, you throw the towel in for him to see another day. Deontay Wilder was very upset with them because he was like, you let me go down on my shield, why you throw the towel in? As he's telling his corner why you throw the towel in, both of his eyes are swollen shut. He can't even see. So I'm just like, it made sense to me. Like, you have to throw the towel in. So they respect his wishes this time for the third fight. Third fight comes up. Deontay gets around like 230, which I did not like because that's not his fighting weight. He's normally 210 to 215. But the thing is, he has to, because Fury is back around the 270 mark. That is too much weight to make up for, especially if you're taking body blows from a man that's 60 pounds heavier. But I'm thinking, like, if he goes up weight, he's going to have to knock him out early, because when you're carrying that much extra weight, it weighs on you later on in the fight and you get tired fast. That's how it normally works. So he gets in there, early rounds, he's putting hands on Fury, and Fury is putting hands on him. But I think it's around the fourth or fifth round, because he got knocked down early, buckled, and he got back up, shook it off. I'm like, okay, cool. Around the 4th or 5th round, he put hands on Fury. Bang! Catch him with the right hand. Drops Fury. Turns around 20 seconds later. Bang! Drops Fury again. And I'm looking like he could win it. I'm excited. And the bell rings. Like, they got to go to their corners. I felt like Fury was saved by the bell. Now, could Wilder have finished him off? Possibly, but we'll never know. So I felt like he was saved by the bell. But however, the whole time in those first 5 rounds, I feel like Wilder was going for the knockout. And the fact that he kind of punched himself out. So later on in the rounds, the fact that he lasted to the 11th round and he's heavier than he probably ever been, it kind of shocked me because I'm like, okay, he's still hanging in there. He's still hanging in there. If he didn't knock Tyson Fury on the canvas and put him out cold, he was never going to win the fight because he was too far behind when it came to landed punches and points. So the fact that, he got put down in the 11th round, to be honest, what happened in the 11th round is normally when you throw the towel in. When your fighter can't put his hands up to defend himself, if he takes a shot and his hands are starting to drop and he can't hold them back up, that's when you make that call. But the fact that, the previous fight, he was like, no, I'm going down on the canvas. When he took that left from Fury, I knew that right was coming up. And it kind of looked like Fury is looking like, you should have went down. Bang! He finishes him off with the right. And the only thing that kept him from falling on his face was the fact that he grabbed the rope on the way down. And it was kind of hard to watch because it's kind of like, oh, your hero goes down. And I was like, I'm a big Wilder fan. But the fact that he hung in there and he fought like a warrior, I was very proud of him. He took another loss, but the fact that I didn't like how ESPN covered the narrative as if he got beat down, in the 2nd or 3rd round. They show this picture of him laying on the canvas, and I know they're doing it for clickbait, but, they didn't paint the whole picture because the fact that nobody talks about how he put Fury on the canvas twice within 30 seconds of each other. So, like I said, shout out to Wilder. I feel like did a good job. I don't think your days are over. Fury, congratulations to you. You put on, a heck of a match. I feel like both of the fighters, this rivalry is over. We do not need a 4th one because we kind of know what's going to happen. If they fought 10 times, I feel like Fury would beat him every time because if you ever seen the movie Apollo Creed, the 2nd one, Rocky told Creed, your normal fighting style is not going to beat him. And his fighting style just will not beat Tyson Fury. So, like I said, I don't want to see them fight again. I'd rather see him go across the water and go fight Anthony Joshua. But when you watch fights like that, it kind of makes you think like, could this be in the top 5 of greatest fights ever? I don't know. Like I said, I follow boxing here and there, but I'll leave it up to the true professionals. But as for this fight, I feel like it was way better than the 2nd one. And I think that people thought this was going to be a slaughter, man, just like a lamb being sacrificed. But like I said, he put on a good fight. It was kind of like a David versus Goliath, but Goliath won this time. But as for these two fighters, what's next in their career? I hope a lot of brightness. But we will see in due time. But as for time, this is mine. I'm your host, Ricky G. Stanley, and I am
Anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles. Cause anything is possible. Hey. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Hey. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles. Cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. All I know is get paper. All I do is shit major. Bought a condo on the top floor in the buildings, the skyscraper.